Metal Nation, we are back once again with another metal promo review where we go through metal promos and review them and decide on the quantities of ears we plan to give each item being promos. Let's dive right the fuck in. That's right, we're going to deplete the F-Bank right away as well. Out today. It's not even today. All right. Out recently, February 12th, 2022, Abrasive, Edge of Darkness. Abrasive being the band name and Edge of Darkness being the album name. Format, CD and digitals. Genre, death metal. Country, Germany, for fans of Suffocation, Cannibal Corpse, Autopsy, and Pungent Stench. Abrasive was founded by Rolf Kohler, guitar and vocals, Alex Ringwald, bass/screams, and Alex Makel on drums in April 1999. They combined the old school style death metal sound with a piece of grindcore and US brutal death metal a la Suffocation or Severe Torture. The result was a grooving bastard of aggression and brutality with the typical abrasive guitar lines. Ralph's typical death metal growls and guttural style vocals, which are completed by the relentless screams of Alex, became a trademark of the band. After several releases via Nice to Eat You Records, or MDD Records, and countless shows and festivals, Soul Grinding, Mountains of Death, NRW Death Fest, Flesh Party Open Air, Exhume the Metal Festival, inside and outside Germany to spread the name of the band around the world, 800 sold copies of Desire, MCD 2001.
Wait.
And 1,000 sold copies each of Devotion, 2004, and Awakening of Lust, 2007. Abrasive would establish themselves as a well-known band within the underground scene. The following releases, The Birth, Born in Sodom, 2011, MDD Records, and Book of Sin, 2017, RTM Productions, confirm their status. Their new CD, Edge of Darkness, shows the most varied songs the band have ever written. The new tracks are darker and more intense than ever before. Did you want to say something?
No, keep going. I question 800, but now it's like so long ago.
Right.
No.
I had a
was
thought.
With you there for a second, Matt.
I had a thought on that. All right. Track list. Puppet Face, Reborn, Chamber of Secrets, Massive Human Flesh, Bleed for Us, Innocence, Pull the Strings, Bizarre, Uncontrolled, Emptiness. Then the lineup, which we already discussed. Alex, bass, vocals, Alexander, drums, and Rolf, vocals and guitars. And that is, there's no Bandcamp. So, I apologize, there is. No, wait, I don't apologize. The Bandcamp should be the first fucking link. rebirththemetalproductions.bandcamp.com. I don't know, Rebirth the Metal, it sounds awfully Christian there.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing was very on theme with death metal.
Yeah.
All right, then we got some artwork, and it's sort of wasteland, forest, stream, stairs. I don't know what's going on.
That's a lot of stuff going on there.
I don't know what's going on in a good way. Let's put it that way. All right.
Can we talk about Chamber of Secrets?
Sure.
For a second? Because, like, on the off chance that this is Harry Potter death metal,
yeah.
I feel pretty intrigued about that.
No, I'm all in. Like the basilisk tooth. Like, that's fucking metal right there.
Dude? I mean, and Harry Potter, it spans every genre, right? Like, obvious power metal connections, but, like, there's some dark shit in there.
I don't know. These guys started the band in 1999, so I feel like they might be too old for Harry Potter.
I think they're right in that target demo.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's about the year that it first came out, right? And perhaps they've got kids at this point.
Yeah. They could be making it a family affair.
Yeah.
You know, I think of a metal band a lot like a salad. It has different components, right? And so a good salad has a good balance between the lettuce and the cheese and the tomato maybe some onion in there. And I'm hearing a lot of ingredients, but I'm not sure I'm hearing a delicious balance. You know, we've all had to eat a salad that was unbalanced, and I'm just afraid that abrasive might be just a little too abrasive to my metal palate here.
I did miss the fact there's a band picture. All right. Close your eyes. Picture a three-piece brutal death metal band in a stairwell.
Okay.
Now open your eyes.
Yep, that's what that looks like.
So I was wondering how many of them were going to be overweight. Because in a three-piece German death metal band, you've got like a 2 out of 3 shot of it being 2 out of 3.
And it is, I believe, 2 out of 3.
And if they were American, that's 100% chance that they all are.
Wait, well, what was who's wearing camo pants, and are they all wearing long sleeves, or just 2 of 3?
Ooh, good question, Doug.
So 2 of them got the memo. 2 of them are wearing camo BDUs and death metal shirts, and the short sleeve death metal shirts, and the third gentleman is wearing long black pants and long sleeved black metal shirt. Not black metal, but black metal shirt.
Metal shirt. Now, so their photo on Metal Archives, I believe, is more representative of their attire, because the first gentleman is wearing a black long-sleeve death metal band shirt and camo pants. The second gentleman appears to be wearing a hoodie and black, of course, and black jeans. And the third guy is wearing a Sabaton, perhaps, or some other death metal font hoodie, and he has gray pants.
All right, Matt, I don't mean to interrupt, but critically important question.
No.
Are these pullover hoodies or zip up?
These are pullover hoodies with full graphics.
It's suffocation.
Suffocation. There you go. I got the S and the N right. It's just the rest of it.
All right.
Suffocation makes more sense. Yeah. So I mean, they're wearing the uniform. 2 long hairs, 1 baldy. They all have a perfectly vertical beard.
Not in this picture.
Oh,
it's 2 baldies and 1 long hair.
Okay, but that still works.
Yeah, there's 2 options, as long as whatever combination is fine.
My favorite thing about the Metal Archives picture is they all have a vertical beard coming down like a soul patch, but they all have varying thicknesses. So the bald guy has a very like pencil thin soul patch. The medium guy, the guy wearing the hoodie and the military green but not quite camo pants, has maybe like a 3-4 centimeter thick one, and then the tall guy with the camo pants has an extremely thick, almost as wide as his mouth, like vertical. It's almost like the Photoshop rotated Hitler mustache and moved down. Yeah, if you rotated that and moved it up, it would be a Hitler mustache. But now it's just like a number 1 on your chin, a very thick number 1.
All right. So, what a weird direction. All right. Well,
they're German.
I was gonna give this review 1 ear. However, I noticed one factoid that's gonna bump that up to 1.5. The lineup has been the same since 1999.
Wow.
So these guys have managed not to kill each other after 23 years. So clearly there's no one's bitter about what they're doing. So I'm gonna go with 1.5 ears.
I am going to agree. I personally was going to give them 1.25 ear, but there's just something so charming about their label being called Rebirth the Metal, because that's how I imagine a metal band would say it. We must rebirth the metal. So that gets a full 1/4 ear for me, so 1.5 ears.
Before we continue with the ears, the CD sales numbers. So yeah, I like how they're bragging about selling 1,000, but then suddenly they stopped talking about their numbers. And, that's because no one buys CDs anymore, which is a shame. So go buy their CD. Let's get them back up into the 4 digits instead of likely the 2 digits, because we live in the future where everything sucks.
Yes. I also wanted. I like that they emphasized that they had 1,000 of each sold, not just pressed, because I imagine that many bands of the stature that we're used to reviewing are pressing in the neighborhood of 500 to 1,000 copies of their album. And it's one thing to have 1,000 copies made, but it's another thing to actually have them committed to sale by people who aren't the band themselves.
Yeah,
I bet Burning Shadows has pressed 1,000 CDs
easily.
I don't know.
We've easily pressed 1,000 CDs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe.
If we're including CDRs, then yes, easily.
That's a press. That's pressed.
Not to the German region of Metal Nation. They this may be news to you, but they don't consider, a lot of our European fans don't consider a CDR to be a CD. And if you send them a CDR, they get mad. So
because they paid for a commercial grade compact disc.
Right, so all the Burning Shadows albums were pressed CDs, but all the EPs were CDRs. Except for the latest one, Beneath the Ruins, that is a pressed CD. So so when people that wasn't clear when you ordered it. So after I got the first email back going, this isn't a CD, it's a CDR, I was like, oh, you care about that? Because Americans don't care because we're dumb. So,
Americans don't care.
If you go to the Burning Shadows Bandcamp now, that's all specifically said. This is a CDR. This is not a CDR. So you're not surprised.
Europeans are big fans of property law, and they want to make sure that JVC gets its 100th of a cent for every CD created in history.
And not only that, there's something that I was discussing with the owner of the comic shop that I like to go to. The concept that he liked to call visceral ownership, where it's important to have thing and the correct thing, right? Blind Guardian, for example, right? They remastered their whole catalog at the end of their Century Media contract, and it was all released on Century Media. Then Nuclear Blast re-released it 5 years later under a Nuclear Blast label. I don't want the Nuclear Blast re-releases of the remasters of the Blind Guardian records that they did to get out of their Century Media contract. I want the fucking Century Media ones. I don't want the Virgin. I don't want the Virgin release either that they released in Germany on at Virgin Superstores, because that's how popular Blind Guardian is. I don't want that. I want the actual Century Media one. So I understand where they're coming from on the CDR hate, for sure.
And this is how I feel about Into the Primordial. So I have 2 copies. One sounds great, and one sounds terrible.
You're welcome.
Wait a second. Which drummer do you have playing on? Isn't that? Didn't we have a different? Didn't we have bonus tracks on one of those with Alex Rudinger just totally blowing me out of the water?
There is definitely an Alex Rudinger bonus track on that album, on that compact disc.
There's 2 of them.
2? Oh shit!
Yeah.
And Tim, I'd love to credit this to CDR, but you'd remastered it, right? It was a new master in the second release.
Yeah, I think it was different somehow.
You know what? Also, and this will become apparent later for Metal Nation, I have been trying very hard to find a streaming version of the Burning Shadows cover of a certain Manowar song, and I cannot find it. You need the physical CD.
Because we didn't release it. It's only available in certain places.
Right, and that's the tragedy, which is why everyone should be going to Bandcamp, whether it's for Abrasive, if they have a Bandcamp, or Burning Shadows, or even good big old bands like Radiohead, Dinosaur Jr., whatever. No.
All right, let's finish up with the ears for Abrasive.
And that song was That was my only credited contribution to Burning Shadows, and I emphasize the word credited.
That's right.
Doug, you're credited on my heart with that logo that you drew. So know that, and I hope Metal Nation hears me on that one.
That is what the Burning Shadows, the official logo that we have been using and will continue to use
forever
was very similar to Doug's. Only Doug's was way cheaper.
And that's why it's my favorite.
Now, we'll do a separate
I'm
podcast.
talking about this logo here.
Yeah.
Without the rubber bands.
We should do a podcast on the creative process there, because it's a very metal story.
I like it.
Love to be
it is.
That, 'cause I don't think I actually have. I don't know the story, so surprise me on our podcast.
I would love to listen to that story.
All right. Well, let's get through
listening.
Let's get through the ears on Abrasive, and maybe we can get.
All right, they get 1 finger from me, my highest score.
Wow!
Holy God!
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. All right,
for a German death metal band, that's a compliment.
Yeah. All right, finish it up. Or did everyone go? I lost track.
Single ear from me on in the hopes of Chamber of Secrets being about Harry Potter.
All right.
Okay.
Links in the description. All right. Dragonbreed Necrohedron to be released on the 22nd of April. The guys of the Suidakra / Graveworm melodic death metal mix-up Dragonbreed have finished work on their debut long player. The stylistic and also a personal journey back in time to the early days of the genre will be titled Necrohedron and will be released on 22 April via MDD Records. I feel like we've heard this. We've heard about this MDD Records people. Raw, wild, and inspired by the spirit of the early years, the quintet around Graveworm singer Stefano Fiori and Suidakra's Arkadiusz Antonik will play 8 songs with a playing time of 38 minutes. Also on board, cover artist Chris Verwimp. Come on. Verwimp.
On Man-O-War Night of all times.
Oh, no.
Who is not only responsible for the artwork, but also for the lyrical content, which is a concept story that has been lying untold in his drawer for a long time, and now fits Dragonbreed like a glove. A first sample and further information will be available soon. And then we got some artwork, Dragonbreed, and it's some sort of dragon, and some sort of time travel pod or something. I don't know. And are those tentacles? Yeah, I think there are tentacles.
Yeah. Well, that gets a half an ear from the Burning Shadows official contract on tentacles.
All right, this could just be a language thing, but there's absolutely nothing metal about mix-ups. So, on the basis of that, I have to go with 0 ears, but they could be very good.
All right, so they mentioned Suidakra and Graveworm. Suidakra is amazing, and play the Wacken Festival in Germany, like, I don't know, every other year, something like that. And yeah, they're really good. So that alone has me wanting to listen to this. There is a band photo I forgot to mention, and I don't know. All right. We'll do this exercise again. Close your eyes.
Okay. I have to recuse myself because I'm looking at the band photo right now.
Close your eyes. Picture a death metal band standing in front of a brick wall, and on that brick wall is dragons and tentacles. All right, now open your eyes.
Yeah, there it is.
That's what we got.
I like how they're black and white in a color background. That's something I particularly enjoy.
I've never seen that. I like to think they paid to have that wall painted.
What's the tennis shoe to boots ratio in that picture?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm seeing some Nikes. They all look like skateboarding shoes.
Yeah, do you count Vans skate shoes as boots or tennis shoes? I count 3 2 definite, 1 possible laced shoe, 1 definite slip-on Vans, 1 black pair of shoes that's indeterminate. Yeah.
I'd be okay with the drummer wearing slip-ons.
He's in the back. He might be the drummer. I also hate to disappoint Tim, but looking at the album art next to the band photo, very clearly someone has cleverly just snipped with a snipping tool the image of the Cthulhu dragon thing and put it behind them, which is actually pretty good. So it's frustrating because it's really good photoshopping like around the edges of the people, which is hard.
Yeah,
but then
I without studying it closely, I think it's a good promo photo, and you got the dragon and tentacles. I approve, even though I'm disappointed that they didn't pay someone a lot of money to paint it behind them for this exact picture.
They messed up a little bit because you can see the wall through the one gentleman on the far right's crotch. They missed that part.
How far do you have it zoomed in that you can you're looking through the guy's crotch?
You know, I'm just a really avid consumer of visual media. And then also, they went. This is a choice. This is clearly a choice, but they went with like a painted effect on the side to make it look as if this very elaborate painting just had like sloppy sides. So I don't know who would be painting this elaborate mural, but like fuck the sides. That's not what I'm here for. Okay, now sub game for Dave and Doug. How many of these gentlemen have facial hair?
I mean, it's a how many piece band? 4-piece?
It's a 4-piece band.
It's a 4-piece, so I'd say
3, but one guy's got a really thin beard, so it doesn't count.
I think Soul Patch is the way to go on the thin beard call.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 1 definite goatee. I have 1 possible goatee or maybe full beard. I have 1 clearly clean shaven, and 1 who might have a beard or it might just be a shadow.
Okay, let's do the ears. I think, or did I already do? I'm not paying attention. If I haven't said it yet, 1.5.
Yeah. I think 1.5 sounds a little excessive for me.
Yeah, but
Suidakra angle is interesting. So I'll give it it's a firm ear, half an ear for Suidakra, half an ear for the tentacles. Yeah.
For reasons already stated, they get 0 ears but 1 finger.
I love this new rating system. Doug, a podcast in town, gives it 1 finger and put that sticker on the CD.
I love it.
So I love tentacles. I love dragons. I love melodic death metal. Just like Body Count, I'm a little concerned that Dragonbreed does not have a Metal Archives entry.
I bet it's because the album's not out yet. That's my theory.
Possible.
Someone get on.
I'm concerned with the word Necohedron because that is a shape, a polygon with death number of sides. Which sounds incredible. I can't quite visualize that, but that seems scary. I wouldn't want to run across a Necohedron, any time of the day or night. So for that, I'm going to give them a 1 ear and a quarter, 1.25 ears.
I might want to subtract 1/8 of an ear and lower it to 1 3/8 of an ear because I'm looking at Suidakra's releases, and they have constant releases, full lengths, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 13, 16, 18, 19, and 21. How much this band might either slow down Suidakra's release, or his attention will be distracted, and then you get no releases from any of the bands, just like certain other bands.
Yeah.
That are
or he's Stephen
can be
King
seen right down here.
I've always said the worst thing for any musician is to spread himself too thin.
That's right.
I would one life, one wife, just like one life, one band.
Anyway, our last year's.
Yeah, Matt, what's the boundary limit on the number of bands one can effectively be in?
Well,
I know the answer. I have an answer, and maybe we should talk about this.
Or manage.
Yeah. Well, maybe this should be another podcast, but the answer is less than one. That's the answer.
No bands. The best number of bands to be in is 0.
The only way to win is not to play.
Yeah, we should discuss this on a different episode. All right, did everyone do the ears since we're all tangents today?
Yep.
All right, moving on. Last one, Angel Nation release, not to be confused with Metal Nation. This is a group called Angel Nation. Releases music video for Seraph. Seraph.
That checks out with
that
Angel
checks out.
Nation,
Yes,
right?
that's Angel Nation.
Angel Nation, the melodic metal band founded by the classically trained Finnish singer Elina Sirala, also in Leaves' Eyes, just released a music video for Seraph, the first single from the new album Antares, which isn't that the company that makes Auto-Tune? Anyway, Antares will be released on CD and digitals on April 8th and on limited vinyl on June 3rd via Inner Wound Recordings. Elina Sirala of Angel Nation comments on the single, Seraph is the manifestation of all the willpower and determination we've had to show as a band and as individual during the past 2 years. Lockdowns, no concerts, no normal life. It's easy to forget who you are and slowly sink into the darkness. But the power of the music will always bring us back to the surface. And at the end, from the light reborn, I will rise like a seraph. And that's a quote from the song, I assume. The greatly anticipated third album takes Angel Nation to a new level! Named after the star Antares, the brightest object in the constellation of Scorpius, it takes the listener on a journey of multiple elements through an album full of energy and fire with the true sound of a metal band. Antares is combining catchy melodies, stadium rock, and powerful metal tunes together with a flavor of modern synths, while maintaining depth both musically and lyrically. Inspired by a concept of an army of angels, seraphim, the often cryptic text intertwine with true life stories, leaving room for the listener's own interpretation. The album is mixed and mastered by Alexander Krull, Leaves' Eyes, Atrocity, and the artwork was created by Jobert Mello, Sabaton, Primal Fear. Get ready for it all. Heavy rocking and epic tunes with this highly anticipated album with tons of character. There is no Bandcamp link, so if I have found it, it'll be in the description. And there is an album cover. It looks like a robot of some sort with, you know when Rammstein does Engel and he comes out with the giant metal wings that shoot fire? All right, got those in your head? Metal wings, but nowhere near that cool. And there's sort of
all right. So is this on
halo
Cleopatra or Metropolis Records?
It is Inner Wound Recordings, and then there is a band photo, and I don't know if I can do the close your eyes thing, but let's put it this way: half the band is wearing eyeliner, half the band is female. But that Venn diagram does not intersect.
Right on.
Like, they very much look like the cast of a low-budget, like, knockoff Tubi Avengers style movie.
It's like catch him opening for Tim Scold at the 2022 Tampa Goth Prom.
It's like only one group of heroes can save the world. The Angel Nation.
Oh, and they have a song called End of Innocence on this album. You know, just like I think that's an Iced Earth song, and it's a Symphony X song, and it's, you know. I'm not saying they're being lazy, I'm just saying.
I hope it's a cover of the Don Henley song.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
But then it occurred to me that song's called The End of the Innocence.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta get those articles in there.
It's very important. It's just End of Innocence.
Yeah.
There's no articles whatsoever in this one.
All
Which
right,
is
well,
more goth.
I was into this until they said it's stadium rock and they set it in a positive light. So that's gonna cause a heavy deduction, and I'm going down to 3/4 of one ear.
Wow. No, I'm not going to be that harsh. I'm going to have to go with one ear. I'm intrigued. Alien Nation was one of my least favorite movies, but most favorite sci-fi dramas of the early 1990s. It reminds me of that. So that's at least worth an ear. And also, I think it might sound okay.
So,
Right,
so
was
that one ear? What was
One ear, one solid ear.
one ear. I was with it until I heard the Leaves Eyes connection. No offense. Sorry.
Aww.
I believe that it's the wasn't there a big hullabaloo about the Leaves Eyes singer being unceremoniously fired and replaced? And I
By
believe
Possibly.
this is the replacement.
Yeah.
There's every chance that this is true. All I can remember about Leaves Eyes, though, is being like made to sit through their sets several times one year
Ouch.
because they were on. I know it's harsh, but they just did nothing for me. And they were on like four tours that fall. You know how that used to happen, where like a band from Europe would just tour the United States over and over again with like. They would tour with Tyr, and then they played with like Epica, and then they played with Camelot.
Those work visas are fucking expensive, so you got to
I
use them
don't
while
blame
you
them.
can.
I don't blame them at all. I just had to see them 4 times. And I just
Two
hated it.
Leaves Eyes facts. I remember distinctly the male singer making a big deal that the female was his wife.
Yup.
Oh,
You know, he's like, everyone, this is my wife, and you can't have her. You know, that kind of thing. And then
It's not like a
other fact I just
Christian
learned.
virtue.
Oh no, they were Scandinavian. I don't think it was Christian virtues. It was mostly just like they were at Jack's, and it was a Jack's crowd watching a female-fronted band for the first time.
Right.
Please do not take my wife.
And then the other fact I learned is in 2008 their drummer was Nick Barker
What?
of Dimmu Borgir, Cradle of Filth. Yeah, it looks like they immediately got a new drummer whose name is Seven, so George Costanza's pissed.
Oh, you know what?
Great.
I'm doing some research here. She didn't just leave the band.
Oh, yeah?
She left everything.
Ooh.
She was married to Alexander Kroll from July 2003 until January 2016. Now, interestingly, if we go to the current Eve's Eyes lineup, Elena Sirala, vocals, 2016 to present.
There you go.
Interesting, no?
All right, let's finish up with the ears and get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I think
All right, yeah, 0 ears. I just wanted to clarify.
One ear, one uno ears. One finish
figure
here.
from me.
All right, that's a clean sweep. 3 fingers.
Yeah, that's a hat trick.
All right.
It sound like Zeromancer or something that come back. That's fine. It's not enough goth rock anymore.
That's right. All right, I can't wait to get out of here. All right. Join us next time, Metal Nation, for more metal promos and whatnot.